There's Uganda has a company that is called, what is it called? Industrial Hemp Uganda. There's a company that is seeking, has sought the rights to cultivate and process medical weed, and they're exporting. They did 4 tons or 400 kilograms.
Is it 4 metric tons?
I think, yeah. I know there's a 4 and tons some. Yeah. So in light of that, I was thinking, why? Okay, first of all, is weed legal in Uganda?
I don't know.
I don't think so, because they were lobbying to have rights to process weed, to manufacture, or not manufacture, process weed for recreational use for more Ugandans, for local consumption now. Because what
cannabis in Uganda is illegal.
It's illegal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with rights, you can, as industrial hemp has done, you can acquire rights to cultivate and do your thing, and then just don't have it being consumed in Uganda.
So you grow and export, market. Basically.
Yes. So I looked at that, then I like the model, to be honest. You like weed, yeah? Mm-hmm. As a leader of a country, weed has its own advantages and disadvantages, economically and all that. If you look at morally, and that becomes a whole different conversation, especially being that we're in an African setting and all that, we have our values, traditional values and all that. It becomes difficult to have that conversation, whether you should or should not have weed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you've seen states like the United States and more countries legalizing weed, and it's working for them, especially economically. Mm-hmm. So we've also had talks of Kenyans wanting the government to legalize weed. There's a time we had the Rastafari guys community coming to do what? Coming to lobby for the government to legalize weed. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that conversation ended. We don't have it anymore. But what do you guys think? Should we legalize weed, and what and why? If you say yes, you have to tell me why. Because you don't have smokers advocating for things that only add value to them.
Yeah, I think on weed legalization, the person who was pushing for it a lot was the late Kenakoth, the MP for K. Yeah, he was.
Do you know why? Yeah, because he had cancer.
Yeah, for medicinal purposes, but also generally for me, anyway, for me, I feel like it should be legalized.
Yes,
because it's something that is happening in the country. Like, if you want to get weed, you'll get weed.
Tell that to the Inspector General.
It's something that is commonplace. It's something that is, it's something that is around.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, it's something that is being consumed. So I don't get, just not legalizing it is basically burying your head in the sand, pretending that it's something that is not there, or something that is frowned upon. Whereas it's something that is very prevalent and very commonplace. So even from a tax perspective, even the government just gets to broaden its tax base by legalizing it, more revenue for the government. Yeah. You have more people ensuring getting money from this. Same as Uganda, it becomes a cash crop, another alternative.
An addition.
Yeah, an additional, what's it called? Additional revenue source.
Yeah.
People from Western would be happy because it grows very well in Western. So for me, those are the reasons why I feel like it should be. It's this, because if you're having alcohol legal,
and
you have
cut.
Yeah, legal.
Yeah.
You have cigarettes legal, even with the moral argument, then for me personally, I don't get why it's something that apparently, now weed is what is heavily frowned upon. It's just, for me, same thing with, this is going to deviate, but same thing with prostitution. I feel like it's something that's happened, the oldest trade in the world, something that consistently happens. Yeah. Illegalizing it is just turning a blind eye, or pretending that pretending that something doesn't exist, yet it exists.
Clearly, yeah.
Well, in that case, actually, you're able to push for controls. You're going to have quality control. I think safety measures, blah blah blah. Anyway,
Quality controls for prostitution.
but yeah, I feel like when it comes to weed, I don't think the illegalization of it makes any sense.
Okay.
Like it's just a moral argument, whereas it's something that is happening all over.
Yeah.
So you might as well just live to the reality as government or as policymakers and just with it. Yeah.
That's Kalia. Kigan.
I don't know why I feel tired, man. Anyway.
You need some.
No. First of all, I don't think medical weed is illegal in Kenya. And if it is, then our parliament is joking. Like it's for medicinal purposes. So
yeah,
weed for medicinal purposes shouldn't be for any reason illegal. This is a good move by Uganda. Rwanda has been doing that. And Kenya should be doing that. Even if we don't legalize weed in Kenya, we can still do it on contractual basis. Like people can be given those permits to do it on an industrial scale only for export. Okay, that can be done because people need money in this country. Okay, things are bad. People are poor. Okay, I'm one of the people who believe that let's do everything to make sure that we lift people out of poverty. Okay. Now, when it comes to the conversation about marijuana that is being smoked
recreationally,
I don't want to be a hypocrite. So let me say this. Weed should be legalized. And these are my reasons. Let's face the reality. On a personal basis, I'm not a weed head. Okay? I don't smoke weed. I don't advise people to smoke weed.
Yeah.
At a personal level. But let's look at the reality here. I am sure the NIS, our intelligence unit in this country, I am sure they have the information that weed in Kenya, when it comes to numbers, is perhaps being smoked more than cigarettes.
Yeah.
So let's be alive to the reality. And these people, like, if you look at those volumes that weed is being smoked more than cigarettes, then that tells you that people are not going to stop smoking weed tomorrow just because it's legal. And there's no campaign that you can come with to convince these people to stop smoking weed, maybe for health basis or whatever. You can't.
Yeah.
So just face the reality, legalize this thing, and we've seen the government times without number. We've seen the frustration that an imposition of regressive taxes, all in a bid to some money to come up with money to repay our debts because we are cash strapped. Now here is a revenue stream, as Kalia said. So let's wake up to the reality. But again, there's going to be another huge challenge, even with legalization of weed, so that you develop a revenue stream that is for the government. There's going to be a challenge because weed currently operates in the black market and the informal sector.
Yeah.
So formalizing it once you've legalized it, because when you legalize it, it's okay. Yeah, I can smoke in the official smoking zones because I'm allowed by the government. You can't do that now. Weed is being sold by plugs. Plugs are known. They operate the informal sector, okay? So when you want weed, you go to them. So if weed is legalized today, the government will have a huge problem in, number one, standardizing it. How do you standardize weed? The quantity, the size. You see the way cigarette, it's in a packet, okay? Like standardization of that product. Number two is in...
I think those are developments that will
tracking the sale. But I think it's gonna be very, very hard for the government, if not impossible.
No, you'll have one major player come into the market, then they will be doing manufacturing. No, okay.
The same way there's big tobacco, there's big pharma.
BAT, yeah?
There'll be big weed.
Yeah, so that was something that would come with.
Yeah.
Innovation comes with what? Invention.
The big thing is how will you tax that informal sector? Because currently,
necessity is the mother of invention.
No, it's just
taxing the informal sector is a huge problem.
No, but it just becomes like people will be able to. I'm assuming people will be able to register businesses.
Yes.
For
trading in weed.
or having it as part of their
Inventory.
So if it's a chemist, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Like, it's easy. Like, yeah. Anyway, it will be possible as soon as it's formalized.
So
I don't think.
I do not think there's any weed that is legal in Kenya. Any form of weed that is legal in Kenya, it is illegal. Weed is weed. It is illegal in Kenya. Might not be the best thing, but that's how it is. Yeah. So now for me, I would like for weed to be legalized. Yeah. Now it's for the first time all of us are agreeing with on the same thing. Yeah. Here, it would go into history that the first thing we ever agreed on this podcast was weed being legalized. Anyway, and that is for economic purposes because come on, look at the Miraa economy. Miraa controls a very big chunk of economy in these areas where it is farmed, that is in Meru, Somalia community and all that.
They don't farm, they just
They're the
consume.
consumers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they don't
they're
grow.
still in the economy.
They don't grow.
They don't grow. They don't have that.
Where does Miraa grow in Marsabit?
But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
And in
Yeah.
Meru, it's not grown in Meru.
It's grown
It
in
is.
Meru.
That's
Oh,
where
okay.
it comes from.
But one of the biggest markets
Then she
was
happy?
the Somalia market, but the Somalia market has since been closed for Miraa in Kenya. So we are seeing
To date,
are
as we
hoping-
speak.
Yeah, as we're
So-
speaking, there's challenges. So the Miraa that's going there, it's going there in a black market. Okay, chini ya
Even
maji.
if you look at there's that the market for Miraa in Kenya's Miraa is Somalia. It goes to the UK. A lot. We export a lot of Miraa to the UK.
But
And there's
Miraa
also
in
Israel.
the EU was
And the EU as well.
what they did is that they
Not
now
EU, UAE, sorry.
they branded it as a drug. Okay, so like there has been market issues accessing the market there, so it's been quite an issue. But again, this reflects something. You see that conversation, the thing I was talking about. Miraa is legal in Kenya, but how much does KRA get from Miraa in revenue? Miraa is a big sale, but number one, standardization of Miraa is a huge problem. Is the Miraa market standardized in Kenya? Number two, it operates in the informal sector. Do these people from their sale that they make from Miraa remit money to KRA? You see?
That's a question you can answer later. Yeah? But yeah, so again, back to my argument, it would make a lot of economic sense to legalize the trade of the consumption of weed, medicinal or recreational. Because again, look at there's the need for it. The government needs it, needs the revenue it would get from legalizing this. Because we have trade deficits. You look at why do you have deficits? Not just trade deficits, but also budgetary deficits. You can narrow the trade deficit by exporting Miraa and also now weed, as an additional produce. Then you can also narrow your budgetary deficit by taxing weed, which is something the type of commodity you'd want to impose excise duty on. Because if you look at the products we usually impose excess duty on, these are products that you don't really, these are luxury sort of, alcohol, cigarettes and all that. For every single year that you have the government going to announce the budget, the treasury going to announce the budget, there's very many times, very often, you can almost say with certainty that there's going to be an additional tax on these traditional goods. Yeah. So we do definitely join those goods.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the consumption of these goods, despite the increase in prices through introduction of more excess duty, does not dwindle. Like alcohol, we've always increased the excess duty on is it excess duty or stamp duty? Excess duty, yeah. On alcohol, it's always been increased. Almost every single time a budget is being announced.
Yeah.
But people still consume alcohol. Yeah, so that is a very good opportunity for the government. The other economic benefits, employment creation. Yeah, let's legalize weed.
Yeah, I think that it's from an economic standpoint, I think it's very clear on what should be done. Even on the argument of morality, because I think that's where like religious groups and
It'd come for our next.
People would, including most likely my parents. But I think from that point of view, even with such arguments, I'll still say the same. If alcohol is legalized, if Mira is legalized, if cigarettes is legalized, then I don't see why that argument now should hold for using it now not to legalize weed. But yeah, I think that is
cool. So
that's our position
line,
is well established.
That legalize weed, yeah.